Authorities in Outagamie County are warning people tonight about a possible scam for people trying to donate to the family of Mitch Lundgaard.
NBC 26's Ryan Curry has more on the message police are sending and how to safely help that grieving family.
The Outagamie Sheriff's Office say the scam comes via phone call, and on the other end, someone is asking for donations for the family of Mitch Lundgaard. So to help, the Sheriff's Office posted on Facebook warning people about the fake fundraiser. And Appleton police say no one will call you to ask for a donation. The decision to give money is solely free will.
We know people are out there that are going to take advantage of terrible situations, so it's not surprising.
Chief Thomas says there's only one official outlet for donation, a GoFundMe page that has raised almost $200,000.
You have a mother with 3 little boys, and she's got a lifetime of raising them by herself, and they're gonna have a lot of support. They're gonna have a lot of people stepping up to help them, but the financial aspect of it is going to be very difficult. So anything that we can do to help them is something we should do.
If people are nervous about donating to a potential scammer, they can always send money directly to the fire department.
The safest way, the best way to do it is to go to the fire department, Appleton Fire Department Facebook page, and just click on the link that's attached there. That way you know you're going to the right place and you're getting your money to the right place.
That way, people can avoid giving money to someone they don't know and help out a family going through a tragedy. In Appleton, Ryan Curry, NBC 26.
You can also find the link to the GoFundMe page for Mitch Lundgaard's family on our website, NBC26.com.
A consumer alert now. Families across the country have filed lawsuits against Fisher-Price. This comes after the deaths of dozens of infants, and it sparked a recall of the Fisher-Price Rock and Play sleeper. Some plaintiffs say their children died in the Rock and Play sleeper because of unsafe sleeping. The lawsuit notes the company said on April 5th that 10 babies had died since 2015, then just a week later revealed 30 children died in Rock and Play since 2009. The Consumer Product Safety Commission says parents should stop using Rock and Plays and contact Fisher-Price for a refund.
Let's take a check of our weather now. After sun moving through, some storms started to come in. Some beautiful storm clouds out there tonight.
So Cameron, what are you tracking right now?
Not much. The showers and thunderstorms that I was tracking all evening long have now come to an end. Here's the way the radar looked for several hours during the evening. You can see on and off showers and thunderstorms moving across northeast Wisconsin, but we are now looking at dry conditions across the entire viewing area, and we will have dry weather for the rest of tonight. Tomorrow morning, sun and clouds, some patchy fog. Temperatures will start out in the mid to upper 50s by the final bell. Sun and clouds and gusty winds with temperatures getting pretty close to 70. Back to you.
Thank you, Cameron. Damascus Road continues spreading awareness for human trafficking. The organization held Human Trafficking 101 tonight to raise awareness and educate people about the signs of human trafficking. Tonight's event was a private training in Oshkosh. Organizers hope a better informed public will help them accomplish their mission to abolish exploitation and also empower the abused. Coming up later tonight, NBC 26 Cares. Tonight, how addiction affects us all, especially the children of the abuser. But in this report, you'll meet a young man who's trying to turn a difficult situation around.
Then a triple tornado outbreak in the Midwest. We show you more of these twisters coming up.
And now, your Storm Shield forecast with NBC 26 Chief Meteorologist Cameron Moreland.
Away from Lake Michigan this afternoon, temperatures climbed up into the 70s, close to 80 in a few spots, making it the warmest day in nearly a week. Cooler weather is moving back in for the next couple of days, but even warmer weather than this will be here by the weekend. Here's a look at your 7-day temperature trend. Look for upper 60s to lower 70s tomorrow. 50s and lower 60s on Friday, but then temperatures are going to take off into the lower 80s for Saturday afternoon. Of course, this weekend, Memorial Day weekend, is the unofficial kickoff to summer here in the Northern Hemisphere. Right now, we are looking at temperatures that range from the upper 40s in Sturgeon Bay to the upper 60s in Fond du Lac. Areas north and east of Green Bay never really warmed up today, stuck in the 40s 50s and 60s. Right now in the valley, it is 63 degrees. In Green Bay, we're looking at mostly clear skies. The temperature is 68 degrees and winds are light compared to what we saw earlier this afternoon and especially last night. Take a look at some of these peak wind gusts. 54 miles per hour in Green Bay. We had a wind gust of 52 miles per hour in Oshkosh. Those strong winds coming with a line of heavy showers that moved across the area during the early morning hours. Those heavy rain showers fell into some dry air that produced some evaporational cooling and allowed some higher winds high up in the atmosphere to make their way down to the surface. And we did have numerous reports of wind damage, a lot of trees being blown down and some power lines. Very difficult to forecast ahead of time. This is just one of those things that Mother Nature sometimes throws our way. Now tonight, it wasn't high winds, it was the risk for some severe thunderstorms. We saw numerous thunderstorms develop north and west of the Fox Valley. They kicked off right around 4 o'clock or so across parts of Wapaka and Shawano counties, and then it rained on and off pretty much all evening long to the north and west of Green Bay. Some of those storms approached severe limits but never reached them. We had some small hail near Oconto Falls and also near Crivets. Many spots picking up some locally heavy rain. You can see anywhere from 1 to 2 inches in spots with those storms. Tonight, the weather is drying out across the state. We have an area of low pressure across northern Minnesota. Then we're watching a warm front that moved through earlier today. A cold front will push through later on this evening. Behind it, high pressure will build in for tomorrow. And that area of high pressure will give us lots of sunshine, just a few clouds as we head into the afternoon, and a gusty westerly wind. So we'll see seasonable temperatures in the upper 60s to lower 70s. And that warmth will make it all the way to the shoreline of Lake Michigan with an offshore breeze. So if you're watching from Manitowoc up to Sturgeon Bay, look for temperatures to be about 15 degrees, maybe 20 degrees warmer in some cases than what we saw today. That'll be nice. Tonight, patchy clouds and fog, lows in the lower to mid 50s. Tomorrow, sun and clouds and windy, upper 60s to lower 70s. My 3-degree guarantee for tomorrow is 70. If I can hit that high within 3 degrees, we will donate $100 to the Aging and Disability Resource Center of Brown County, and we did that today. I forecast 70. The actual high was 73, and that occurred at 8 o'clock tonight. As we head into Friday, another storm rolls through, clouds, showers, and a few thunderstorms, cooler, upper 50s to lower 60s. Sunshine on Saturday will boost temperatures into the lower 80s, low to mid 70s on Sunday. It's looking great. Memorial Day, chance for a couple of showers and thunderstorms, and then we'll keep that chance for some rain in the forecast as we head to the middle part of next week and start thinking about wrapping up the month of May already.
That temperature graphic at the beginning looks like follow the bouncing ball.
It does.
It's up and down and up and down.
Yes, but the lows aren't so low anymore, and the highs are a little bit higher, which is what we want to see as we head towards June. Yes.
That's the right direction.
Yeah.
Cameron, thank you. And to our west, this week's tornado outbreak continued in Nebraska yesterday. One person caught video of these 3 twisters, all of them along or near the Nebraska-Kansas state line. A total of 27 unconfirmed tornadoes were reported from storms that swept from Kansas into Nebraska and Iowa overnight. Still ahead here for us at 10, a Green Bay teen's mission to help others. It's our NBC 26 Cares Report.
And the Packers continue OTAs. We take you there later in sports.
Now tonight, the story of a Green Bay teen who was working to help others.
He's trying to turn the struggle with his mother's drug use into something positive. Stacey Engelbretson shows you how in tonight's NBC 26 Cares.
15-year-old Stephen Momartz calls himself an opioid orphan, which is a child who has lost one or both parents to the opioid crisis, whether it's to rehab, prison, or death. Part of Stephen's path to healing is his plan to help other kids in the same situation. At Warrior Jungle in De Pere,
Hi, Stephen.
Stephen Momartz says he's found a community that cares.
I found a place where, I felt connected,
From a young age, Stephen loved to climb. But when he was 10, his carefree childhood crumbled when he learned his mother was addicted to opioids.
That really broke me, and my grades dropped.
Some days he missed school and had to feed and clothe himself, his mother too high to function. She ended up in prison, and Stephen moved in with his dad and stepfamily.
Bringing 2 families together is difficult, and I always think how awesome it is that my mom and my stepdad were able to do that.
Steven's stepmom introduced him to Warrior Jungle,
It's very therapeutic.
where he formed a bond with the gym's owner.
Would you rather do the nunchucks or the cannonballs?
Former American Ninja Warrior contestant Drew Kanab.
He has pushed me a lot. He has driven me to be the very best monkey I can be.
Now in a positive place, Steven wants to take on the role of mentor.
I want to help other opioid orphans find their outlet, basically.
He started this GoFundMe to pay for kids just like him to attend 8 to 10 week-long sessions at Warrior Jungle.
We want to let them know that we have an environment here where they can, kind of cast aside their worries and they can, focus on something else.
I hope that they know they are loved and they are being thought about, and that they're not the only ones going through stuff like this.
Nice crossover.
By sharing his journey, Steven aims to inspire other opioid orphans to also overcome their obstacles by finding their passion, purpose, and path to true happiness.
Are they good?
Yeah, it was awesome.
Steven needs to raise $600 more to sponsor 5 kids at Warrior Jungle. For a link to his GoFundMe, you can go to NBC26.com and click on this story. Stacey Engebretson, NBC 26.
Well, this past weekend, Steven took second place at the Ultimate Ninja Athlete Association competition in Chicago. He now moves on to the World Finals in Minnesota this July.
Still ahead here tonight at 10, he's one of the hottest selling musicians in the world. But Bucks fans are none too happy with Drake right now. Big smile on Drake's face. That story coming up next.
And now, NBC 26 Sports with sports director Charlie Sakaitis.
Welcome back to the show. The Bucks' loss last night was galling enough for Milwaukee fans on its own, but there was a secondary